Hey, welcome back, y'all, and this is another Alliance War video, Season 29, War number 6. We are coming in with a record of 2-3, looking for a win. We are matched up against none other than NY718, New York City Guardians, an alliance who is very talented and has very beefy prestige. We come in ranked Platinum 1. These guys finished Platinum 1 last season. Prestige is over 14,000. And we actually faced this alliance in our last war of the last season, and we narrowly snuck out a win, so we're hoping we can do the same thing again here today to get back to 3-3 on the season. We're going to bring in kind of a new attack team today. CGR, Magneto, and Archangel. It's always a treat when Cosmic Ghost Rider gets to come to war. I think this is the first time I've brought my 6-star into war, so this is his debut. Very excited about that. Unfortunately, he only has one fight today, but it's going to be well worth it, as you'll see. And we're going to take Path 1 in Section 1 today, so Modoc and Elsa Bloodstone up first in Section 1. Not too worried about those fights, should be pretty straightforward. And then we are going to move into Section 2 and stay on Path 1 and take down the Mysterio and Iron Man Infinity War. Nothing too complicated there. Those are pretty straightforward fights as well, I think. And then as we go to the boss and mini-bosses, we are going to take on the SpiderMan 2099. So a new defender, a new champion. Excited to take him there. That should be a pretty fun fight. And because 2 out of my 3 attackers are suicide friendly today, we do have the suicide masteries turned on for the first time in a while. So I'm expecting some big numbers out of this team and very excited to get into it today. So up first we have this Modoc. He's on the Arc Overload node, and this is pretty straightforward because he is a hashtag metal defender. We have Magneto, who just turns any metal defender into dust. We're going to throw on one of our many advanced power boosts, so we're going to start with the bar of power just to get us to the special 3 a little bit faster, because once we build to that special 3, this fight will be over in a matter of seconds. Rank 3, 6-star Modoc, tough defender obviously, Arc Overload, Vigorous Assault, just evade him when the Arc Overload is active, build to a special 3, and that should be all she wrote for this fight. The other cool thing about Magneto and his magnetized ability is that once it's time for Arc Overload to come back, there's a chance, because of the reduced ability accuracy on Modoc, that it won't come back. So once this timer runs out, we're going to keep an eye on it, see if Arc Overload even returns. It may not. Magneto may just shut it down completely. We'll see. You can see the auto block failing. Magneto can't be auto blocked when they're metal and magnetized. So here comes Arc Overload. It doesn't proc, we only get the armor, and that is not what makes him unblockable. It's only the regen, so you can see it did not proc, and now there's no timer, so it has been completely turned off. The node is completely absent now. We're just going to block the special 1 because the fight is basically over now. We get to our 3rd bar of power. We have 36 prowess, and anyone who knows anything about Magneto knows that this is going to do it. Surprisingly, he is actually going to survive this special 3, but it doesn't matter because we are going to apply 25 shrapnel bleeds on him afterwards, and that's going to take care of him. So we get the full attack bonus, and only took 11 hits. Thank you, Magneto. An absolute beast against metal defenders. No competition whatsoever. We are going to move on to our second fight of the war, which is against the Elsa Bloodstone. And she is another 6-star defender, of course, rank 3. We're going to go ahead and use Archangel for this fight. She's on the Masochism and Indomitable node. The only thing to worry about here is that Masochism timer, so we just have to remember once we parry, it's going to consume the parry, trigger the Masochism, and then we're going to have to parry again at a later point or bait out the heavy, which we just did. So here's our first heavy attack. We stacked 3 bleeds. We're in good shape. And here we go. We've got 1 neurotoxin on her. We're taking damage from the suicide masteries because Archangel's not suicide friendly, obviously. But only 1 neurotoxin is absolutely melting her away. I mean, it's kind of insane how much damage it did with only 1, and that is because of the suicide masteries. The neurotoxin scales with the attack rating, so since our attack is 60% higher, the neurotoxin does 60% more damage, so we only needed 1 throughout the entire fight to get her down. We did lose about a quarter of our health to the bleed and the poison debuffs through the suicides, but that's not a big deal. We will go ahead and heal up later for our last fight of this war. So we're going to move into section 2 now, where we have a Mysterio on path 1. We're going to give Cosmic Ghost Rider his war debut here. It's the Vigor and Outlast node, and we threw on a Cosmic Power Boost, so CGR specials are going to be doing 8% more damage or something like that. And we know that once we get to a special 2, this fight should be over. So we're going to use the Cosmic Ghost Rider rotation. There's a few ways to play him, but we're going to heavy attack, 5-hit combo, end with the light, get the power gain buff. And now we're going to combo one more time, end with a medium, get that last buff, and now throw off the special 2, and boom, boom, boom. Look at the damage. We also applied 12 armor breaks to him, so 30 seconds, and he goes down pretty quick. Cosmic Ghost Rider's damage completely broken, absolutely nuts. So full attack bonus, 19 hits, made that Mysterio into nothing. Thank you, CGR. He is so much fun to play. The damage is just absolutely insane with CGR. So very fun. That is an excellent war debut for Cosmic Ghost Rider. Thank you. And we will go ahead, move on to this Iron Man Infinity War on the Buffet and Indomitable node. As much as I would like to use CGR again, Magneto is the obvious answer for this fight. And the strategy is pretty simple here. Just build to a special 3, stack some prowess, and end the fight. So he's magnetized now, so we can't be auto-blocked even if he gets multiple stacks of armor. And when he's in his last 15%, we can't be auto-blocked either, but we really shouldn't need to hit him in that last 15% if all goes according to plan. So we're just trying to build our power as fast as we can here. We're using combos to do it. We don't need to heavy attack yet. We are going to be stacking the prowess as we get closer to our 3rd bar of power. In order to do that, I need to be able to parry stun him though, and I'm not hitting the parries. He keeps coming at me with mediums, so we're not able to parry stun him, which is fine. I don't think we're going to need 30-something prowess to finish this fight. I think 10 to 15 should do it. So right here, we've got 3 up. We're trying to get a few more. Even if a special 3 doesn't kill him, the bleeds that follow certainly should. So we've got 6 right here. We're up to 7. We're going to try to get to 10. We're going to try to double this, maybe to get to 14, but we're only at 8. Now we get to 10, and I think that's going to be good enough. We've actually taken him down quite a bit already. He's down to 42% when we throw it. The special 3 is not going to kill him, but the shrapnel bleeds afterwards certainly will. There he goes. Thank you, Magneto. Such a beast. Anything metal just absolutely demolished by him. We get the full attack bonus, and that clears our path for this war. We'll go ahead and move along to the premiere fight now. This is SpiderMan 2099, a fairly new champion, a fairly new defender. We haven't seen him a lot to this point, but he is a 6-star at rank 3. He's on the best defense 3, brute force, spry, and limber node. We of course have a guidance pre-fight placed from White Magneto, so we don't have to worry about the limber node. We don't have to worry about the spry node. He doesn't really evade. Not a feature of this unique Spider-Man. So Archangel should make pretty quick work of this. We still have our suicides on. We're going to go ahead and throw on a combat regeneration boost just to mitigate some of the suicide damage. But we certainly do not play this fight perfectly. I make some mistakes here, and this ends up being a lot closer of a fight than it needs to be, in my opinion. I don't think he's a particularly tough defender, but his animations are still fairly new. I'm getting used to them. I have a pretty good idea of how to play him, but we go into this fight, and initially we get some really good RNG. We've got 2 neurotoxins, and they're absolutely melting him. But here we start missing parries, and right here we actually take a hit. And between the brute force and the rupture, we actually lost a good chunk of our health, and we're down to 32% now. So we're going to go ahead and smash into him here with the combo, throw the special 1, take the recoil damage. But he did have 4 neurotoxins, and as sketchy as that fight looked, he actually went down in about 30 seconds. And ultimately, it was a pretty quick fight in which we got the full attack bonus, even though it looked pretty bad, coming out with like 20% of our health. But that will do it for us and this war. We finish 5 fights, no deaths, always nice. This is the progress to this point. We found ourselves in the lead again. 115 attacker kills in with only 8 deaths compared to their 14. This was essentially our war to lose at this point. It was all on us. If we didn't die again, we would have easily won this war, but we did actually end up dying several more times before this war finished. So, at this point, we're feeling good. BG3 finished our map 50-0, no deaths by BG3. Our defense racked up 5 in this war, so our BG performed extremely well. Was so happy with this performance. This could not have been any better. NYC has some really tough defenders, including several rank 4s. So clearing the map with 0 deaths against an alliance this good was pretty impressive in my opinion. Not to brag about our battle group too much, but this was just a very clean performance by everyone. So very proud about this. We did end up winning this war. We again snuck out a victory against one of the best alliances in the game. 15-11, our defense racked up a solid number of kills. We died 11 times, which is still a little more than I think we'd like to see. Single digit would be great, but 11 was good enough here. Credit to NYC Guardians, they played extremely well, a very solid group of guys over there. Certainly have a lot of respect for them and what they do. I thought it was a good war. This was a great war, and it helped us get back to 500, so we are now 3-3 on the season. As we move forward, we've got our second win in a row. Was definitely something I think we needed to really get some momentum, and now halfway through the season, hopefully we can stack some wins on the back end. Here is our ranking. We are still in Platinum 1. We actually lost ground with this win, so we were ranked 19th going into the war. We come out ranked 21st with a victory. But we do move into the Tier 1 range now. So we have that ×8 multiplier, and that is huge. So this win actually was very big. Now that we have that Tier 1 multiplier, we can really stack some points and progress to the higher end of Platinum 1, hopefully. So next war is going to be a big one. It really will determine a lot of what the rest of the season has in store for us. So I hope you liked the video. Drop a like, drop the thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more war videos, and we will catch you in those. See ya.